Yes, guys, welcome. Quitting weed. Everybody's favorite subject. So, yes, it's true. I quit weed 3 years ago. I'm not against weed. Before you turn off this video, let's get that out of the way. But let's face it, some of us, we need to take a break. And if it interests you in hearing my story and me telling you a couple tips along the way of what I found helped me, stick around. I'm going to talk about it a little bit here. So, of course, weed is fun for many of us. Some people hate weed, and they always kind of wondered about those people and wish I was kind of one of them. But me, I love weed. And in many ways, I still do. If you can do it in moderation, I mean, maybe it's not a problem for you. For me, it just overtook my life. All the reasons I started smoking weed in the first place, like having fun with friends, helping me sleep, helping me de-stress. Weed wasn't helping with those things any longer. All of a sudden, weed was the cause of the stress in my life. All those friends I used to smoke weed with, where were they? Now I'd become isolated. And helping sleep, I don't know. As if smoking at 3 a.m. helps you sleep, but I was up at 3 a.m. sometimes. Fortunately for me, I was working a lot of afternoon shifts, so I could smoke at night and smoke in the morning, and it wasn't really affecting my work performance. It just, as many of you know, it just comes on slowly. Here in Canada, it's legal also, so this is just a whole nother acceptance in society. Most people don't understand a struggle of weed addiction, if we want to call it that, which it is. Oh, it's just weed. Just slow down. Just take it easy. Just stop. But for several scientific reasons, including dopamine spikes from smoking weed, I mean, we all know that weed addiction is real. Yeah, maybe it's mental, but for some of us, it's more than real. So, I did smoke for 20 years, every day, pretty much. I wasn't able to slow down. I'd had small breaks, but I was never able to go more than a couple of weeks without smoking. So I did take a few breaks of 1 to 2 weeks. And that's when I would always get this amazing burst of energy and gain some clarity. And I think, wow, is this how people that don't smoke weed feel all the time? But it's just a bit of euphoria that you're going to feel when you first quit. But I mean, basically, yeah, that is how people that don't smoke weed feel all the time. They have way more energy, and they have like a natural high, I guess. Anybody watching this that doesn't smoke weed, I'm not saying that you don't have problems, but it's just on another level when you're smoking every day. Some of the benefits I saw right away was just a increased cognitive capacity, along with my new bursts of energy. The things you've always heard about, the restless nights and the vivid dreams. Yeah, they might be true, but really it was just the vivid dreams. Yes, they did stick around for a couple of months, but I didn't really have restless nights or sleepless nights. I was able to sleep. I was tired from some of the activities I'd started doing after quitting, which included stuff like walking trails, getting out into nature, breathing air. There's there's so many facets to this. I mean, there's positives and negatives. This video could be an hour long, so we'll just keep it short today and go through the basics. Maybe give you a little bit of motivation. So I would say, let's just do a high-level overview here. That probably the first couple of days were honestly maybe some of the hardest. And once I got over the 2-week period, I really did start feeling a lot better. And this goes on for weeks, months. I mean, every month I was feeling better. How do we get there? Okay, so decision to quit is paramount. Had I tried to quit before? Yes. Okay, this is it, I quit. That first day of boredom will come up, and I needed to go buy some weed. So then I thought, let's come up with a basic plan. And it sounds cliche, but think of some activities you can do. It's not going to be as fun as when you're stoned when you first do the activities, but you have to force yourself. Some of you might be familiar with cognitive behavioral therapy. There's a concept, also known as CBT. There's a concept basically called priming the pump, and this is what they do for depressed people. They'll get them to think of a childhood activity that they used to do, something that they dropped somewhere along the way, and to go back and try that activity, like painting or a sport that they haven't played for a long time. For me, it actually was jogging and hiking, and I know it sounds really basic, but it was a way that I guess my mind could just be in the present or something like that. I couldn't sit around and play video games sober. I couldn't really watch movies sober, although watching a movie sober for the first time is quite notable because you will be able to follow a lot easier, which is amazing. And still to this day, I follow movies so much clearer since I've quit. So it sounds cliche, guys, but hiking and jogging was what helped me. And I thought, let's just do this. Every time I get a hankering for a big spliff, let's get out and walk around my neighborhood. Yeah, I know lots of us like to walk and smoke, but this was just a sober walk that could help me. This was just sober walking, which helped me, I guess I should say. You're really just trying to get through the first week or two. Then you have to come up with more plans. There'll be other kind of plateaus that you might hit, but you'll have a lot of confidence, and you'll be encouraged. You'll be really encouraged when you go that first 30 days, that first you're counting days, day 26, day 27. Just picture yourself 27 days after with no weed. I mean, can you imagine? Talking to people, even just like going to the grocery store. If you do that, you can talk to the cashier, you can make a little joke. If you're single and you see a member of the opposite sex, you can actually talk to them, make a little joke. You're not just staring over to the side, avoiding conversation with strangers. Even if you're not a social person, you're still going to have that little bit of extra kick in your social interest. People in your phone that you haven't texted for months or years, all of a sudden you'll be like, what's that person up to? Why haven't I reached out to that person in 2 years? You might go into the old text conversation. Hey, yeah, let's get together soon. 24 months ago you typed that, and there was never a follow-up. Now you're reaching out to that person. Hey, what have you been up to? Why don't we go for that dinner we mentioned 2 years ago? All this kind of things was starting to happen in my life, and I got a lot of encouragement. So, your life will start to unlock, guys. If you've given up, if you had given up on your life in certain ways, all of a sudden there's a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not going to perfectly solve all your problems. In fact, some of your old problems will still be there. Now, you have to face them head on. I know this is all cliche, you've heard this stuff before, but it's really true. And the good news is you can face it, and you're facing it with a clearer mind. So this is just my little rant today, guys. Come back and check me out. We're going to get into things a lot more specifically and maybe even talk some science. Appreciate your time today. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.